A way that you can utilize your body's energy or the energy of your client to test whether something is good or bad in their field, or if they have a deficiency or a need for something. Okay? So I'm going to teach everybody how to do it, and then I'm going to teach you to tip test. After lunch, we're going to decipher all your numbers because I want everyone to have a chance to get them. Fair enough? All right. Does anybody do muscle response testing all the time? You do? Okay. And you? All right. Wonderful. So maybe when we start muscle testing, we can help each other. Okay? All right. First, let's learn tip testing. Has anyone ever done tip testing or sway testing? All right. I'm going to have everybody stand up. My goodness, there's a lot of activity today, isn't there? So sway testing is a great way. I don't want to die, but I want to stand here. Sway testing is a wonderful way that you can use your own body's energy to actually tell you whether or not there's a need. I don't ask questions when I do muscle response or when I do my own tip testing. I use statements. Questions are too subjective. So if you have high heels on, I would suggest taking your shoes off and standing barefoot. If you have wedges on, that should be okay. All right? So when we tip test, we're going to simply make a statement to affirm yes, and then make a statement to affirm no. And this is pretty simple. When you tip test, you're going to let your body fall to a controlled point, not like yesterday where someone almost fell over. You want to stop the fall, but you want to let your body fall. So I'm going to demonstrate it first, and then I'm going to have you learn how to tip test. All right? So when I tip test, I have my feet about shoulder width apart, hip width apart, whatever you want to say, palms facing out. I normally close my eyes, but for people that have poor balance, let them keep their eyes open or they're just going to fall over anyway. All right? So I will say my affirm statement, my name is Tracey, and let my body fall, and I fall forward. Okay? So from the side, my name is Tracey, and my tip goes forward. Okay? If I said my name is Bob, my tip goes backwards. Okay? So that's tip testing. That's easy for me to say. So when you do it, choose eyes open, eyes closed, whatever works for you. Just don't fall on the person in front of you. And do your affirmation statement. My name is, and then allow your body to fall. Sometimes it takes practice. Most of it is confidence, okay? If you need to hold on to something, that is fine, but just let the body fall in the direction. If you fall backwards on your name, let me know, because that's either not your name and we're checking your identity, or your polarity is backwards, and I'll show you how to fix it. Okay? So everybody in their position, eyes open or closed, up to you. You can say it out loud, my name is, and you'll fall forward. If you fall back, let me know. Everybody's falling. Okay? Make sure your arms are at your sides. Don't cross your arms, because that's going to cross your polarity. Did everybody get a tip? Who did not tip at all? It's okay, it takes practice. Did anybody go backwards? If you go backwards, that means your polarity is reversed. Does anyone know how to fix polarity if it's reversed? Right, thymus tapping. Anybody ever do this to wake themselves up? So I usually do it in a 1, 2, 3. It's hard for me to do it with a mic, but basically like this. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, waltz pattern, right? This will connect your corpus callosum, over that corpus callosum, right, left brain, or you can cross crawl, opposite arm to leg. That works too. Whatever you need. It's very important to teach your clients, if they fall backwards, that their polarity is reversed. Okay. Now, make a statement for yourself, something you've been dealing with health-wise, emotionally, but make it a statement, not a question. So if you think you're deficient in essential fatty acids, I wouldn't say, do I need essential fatty acids? I would say, I need essential fatty acids. I guess I do not need those. Yay, one less supplement. All right, so affirm something in your head. I need, I should. You can even ask questions. I do this all the time. I should go speak for, that's a question. I would say, I am going to speak for Nutritional Frontiers, and it's going to be awesome. Whee! Yes, it is. Okay, so affirm something in your head. That's right, there you go. And tip test. Good, everybody seems to need that. What was it? Do you want to share?
I did essential fatty acids.
You need essential fatty acids? Okay, so something that simple. Okay, pick your water up. Your statement would be, I need this. Yeah, okay, so people can fall forward. If you fall backwards, your hydration level may be fine. If you fall backwards, it may not be the right water. So you would ask, this is the right water for my body. Right? So you can tip test all kinds of things. Supplements. Anybody have supplements with them today? Pick them up. See if you need them. Okay? Why guess when you could know?
You already took it today.
Right. If you already took your supplements today that you're holding, you can still test to say, this is good for my body. Okay? If you say something like, I need this, you may get a no if you already took it. So be clear on your intention. Okay? Because intention matters. So if you already took your supplement and you're holding it, your statement could be, I need to continue taking this. Okay? Tip testing saves you 9,000 text messages a day from clients. If you can teach them this, they stop texting you saying, should I take this? And I say, I don't know, tip test it. Okay, so it does save you time as a practitioner. All right? So if you have a supplement or something that you're taking, think about the supplements that you think you should be taking or are taking. Reach into the universe and grab the frequency. Bring it to your chest and say, I need this. Okay? It's frequency, it's intention, everything's energy. So even if you don't have the product, you can do this. I do this with my kids all the time. I will literally pick up with my 3-year-old. Now there's a wasp in here. This is really crazy. I will pick up my 3-year-old if I think he's lying to me and hold him and say, he's telling the truth. And I'll be like, do you want to try again? He's like, okay, I did it. Okay? My kids can't lie to me. It gets a little more difficult for the 7-year-old, but I tell him, you tip test it. You can teach kids this, and you can show them that things are not healthy for their body. It's really fun to do with a group of kids. Give them something that's sugary or junk food and tell them to hold it and tell them to tip test, and they will literally fall back. Kids don't have any preconceived notions of, I want those things. Their body really responds. Okay? Does everybody understand tip testing? Okay. Does anybody want to learn muscle response testing? Now, this is a crash course. When we teach this, it's a whole day segment, and I teach you all the points and everything. All right, so when we teach muscle response testing, there's a couple of different things that I always assure. Number one, you guys can sit down for a second. Number one, you always ask permission. Lynn, would you mind coming up, and Chris, real quick?
Tracey, you're not kidding me, you said interactive, right?
Huh? I'm telling you, it's aerobic, it's energizing. I'll take this, Chris. I'm good. I'll take this, Chris. There's two Chris. No, you're good. I'm going to use you because you're here. I'm going to use Chris, number one. Yeah, she's Christine.
Okay.
So, Lynn, what I'm going to have Lynn do is actually demonstrate what I say. Is that okay?
Sure.
All right. So Lynn works with me in my office. She's an energy practitioner and working on her ND as well. So what we're going to do is learn how to muscle response test in a crash course type of manner. All right. So the very first thing you're going to ask is permission to touch. You can't just walk up to somebody and start manhandling them. I mean, you could, but they usually get offended. Okay? It's called assault. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to go to jail. You just want to figure out if they need some B12. So Lynn is going to walk up and ask for permission. May I touch you? Okay. So his response is, yes, you may. Then she's going to ask, which is your dominant arm? Okay? Because she wants to know where he feels strongest and confident. You can also use non-dominant arm. There's many ways to teach this. We teach dominant arm. Okay? The other thing she's going to ask are there any injuries to that specific arm? You don't want to be pressing down on somebody's arm when they came to see you for a shoulder injury. Again, it's not going to work. So, 3 questions. May I touch you? Are there any injuries? Which side is your dominant arm? Okay? Once she establishes that, she's going to have him raise that arm, and she's going to bring it out to about a 40-degree angle. And she's going to place her hand on top of the wrist. You can wrap your hand around, but I usually just put my hand on top. And usually I have 2 fingers either pointing towards the energy where I'm pressing. She's going to lock the arm in at the shoulder by pushing in, okay, to make sure that that joint is stabilized. You don't want to be pressing on somebody. And keep in mind, you are pressing for resistance, not to show them how strong you are, okay? And usually I'll get big guys that come in and they will lock their arm, and I normally will say, you're going to win, okay? Just match my pressure, right? I'm not trying to wrestle you, right? If they won't release control, I usually give them some cherry plum Bach flower, and that's all about control. So she is going to make a statement. You need B12. Now, she's going to establish his polarity first, because we don't know what Chris has been through before he came in, right? So checking polarity, is he on or off? She can use on top of his head. Now, he's tall, so I wouldn't do that. So it would be palm down or palm up for pause. This is positive, strong, negative, weak. Okay? So she's going to test that polarity. We'll see how Chris is doing today. So match resistance. Okay, do you see how he went weak on the negative polarity? Okay, so we know he's in the right. Now, if he was switched, if she would have went like this and his arm was weak, and this and his arm was strong, we would have him cross crawl, or she can literally just go and activate the thymus. Okay? It doesn't have to be difficult. Super crash course. All right, so there are different points on the body that tell me need. I normally go with digestive points. On the left rib cage here, from the xiphoid process, which is the bottom, about 1.5 inches, 2 inches down, is the hydrochloric point, HCl. Where do we get hydrochloric acid? Stomach, okay? Down from that is the enzyme point, pancreatic enzymes, okay? On the other side is probiotics. Okay, so when I go through digestion, the very first thing I want to know, do we have enough hydrochloric acid to break down amino acid proteins? Do we have enough enzymes for that process? And how is the gut flora? Those are my first 3 questions. Boom, boom, boom. Because I start with digestive health. No matter what you come in to see me for, we're starting at pH and digestion. Okay? So what I would do is go through those points. Go ahead through those points, and I would test the strength of them. So turn towards the audience a little bit. There you go. Perfect. And resist. Okay, so he's good on what? He's good on acid. He's good on enzymes. Where was he weak? All right, so we might need to throw some probiotics. Then I would go literally get the superbiotic. Anyone have a superbiotic on them? Can you grab me the Frontier too in the Probzyme? I would actually have him hold these products and muscle test him for strength. If he needs the product, will his arm go down or stay? If he needs the product, it'll stay. It'll make him stronger. Right now, when I touch this point, he goes weak, right? That tells me there's need. So if I give him what he needs, thank you. That was, all right, cool. Yeah, all right, cool. Here you go, take one. Yeah, oh, you need vodka, is that what you need? Yeah. He's like, I need a scotch. You're on my cord, Lynn. All right, there we go. So now what she's going to do is check him for need. So she is going to have him hold the probiotic, and she's going to test that point with her hand and the strength of that point.
Ooh,
Little stronger?
a little stronger.
Okay. So I always go through all of them to see which is the strongest.
Much better.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how. I only have one hand.
So he's going for probiotics too.
He needs superbiotic too. Sold to the man in the pink shirt. Okay, so then you could literally test him for how many. How many do you need? Okay, he would hold the product. So my thing is, why guess when you can know, right? How many?
One.
One, and goes weak on 2.
Yeah.
Two?
Week on 2.
Where did he go weak?
On 2.
He went. So he needs 1. Okay, so she said 1, he was strong. When she said 2, he went weak. So he doesn't need 2, he needs 1. Okay? It also will clear up those questions. How many? How often? Okay, so you can use MRT for lots of things. Now I know in chiropractic they teach it differently. They teach questions, they teach non-dominant arm. There's 105 ways to do it. There's no wrong way. It's intent. Be confident, okay, and be direct.
And if you don't happen to have the product, let's say
You pull the frequency in. So if I don't have the product, I would think about it.
right.
I would pull the frequency in, and I would tell Chris, hold this. Okay? Hold it. Resist. Okay? Throw that away. And he goes weak. Okay? Do you see? So you don't really need to have it in. Now I know everyone's like, this is hokey pokey, turn yourself around. It works. Okay? It works, and we're going to practice on each other now. Yay! Pick a partner, stand up. Pick somebody you don't know. Oh, no. We have to go to different people? Yep, out of your comfort zone. We're growing. Introduce yourself, just like a client. Ask for permission. Lynn and Chris, will you go around and help? And Dawn? So remember, ask for permission. That's number 1. Number 2, any injuries to the shoulder. Number 3, check polarity. Okay, don't forget to check polarity. You don't know what this person's been through. I'm coming. Sure. Hi.
The wasp? Did they get the,
Oh,
someone
I
said
don't
there's a
know.
wasp
He's
in
just
there.
buzzing around. Yeah. I used my energy beam and sent him away. Ching.
Explain the polarity thing again.
Okay, so you can do polarity above the head. Basically, when I go like this, with my negative to your positive, I make a complete circle. So you're strong, right? The energy is flowing. Strong. But if I go boom, boom, same. It's like 2 magnets. If I take the same side, they'll repel. If I go negative to positive, they'll connect and make a frequency. So when I do this, I'm connecting, making a frequency. That should make you stronger. I do this, I'm going same, same. Should repel. So when I check it, I'm gonna... One more thing, guys, just one quick thing. When you are testing somebody, don't look them in the eye. Oh, yeah, because you will force their arm down. Okay, because that's intimidating. You're going to zap out their energy. So you have the client look over your shoulder, and you can kind of look down or look over their shoulder, but don't look them in the eye. Okay? Good, good. I'm walking around. Don't bounce. Be direct. No bouncing. So, okay, resist. Resist. Good. This polarity's good. Just get in there with intention. Just be like, get in there. Just be like, I am the doctor. I am the doctor. Confidence. Remember, direct, don't bounce. Press. Press, resist, press, resist. It's like a whole guy posse back here. So much testosterone. How we doing? Doing all right? Good. Yep, so you say, where's your xiphoid process? Top of the ribs. On the left, about 2 inches down.
2 inches.
So we're going to follow the ribs about right here. Okay, would be HCl.
Okay.
And then down a little lower would be pancreatic enzyme. On this side would be probiotics.